There is this feeling going around where everyone feels like they are not enough and that somehow they need to reinvent themselves, start over, or do something new. And the reason I feel that way is because I'm having this conversation with many of my friends in my inner circle and colleagues. Welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up. I am Allie Love, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want. All right, principles, that's what we're discussing. And today we're going to talk about newness for the sake of newness. So what does that mean? As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a person who's very prideful of their reputation, as a hard worker, as a citizen of your community, a lot of us can get into a routine that is very helpful because we talked about it in the last video, the last Basics of Bossing Up video, but you can get into this kind of mundane life where you feel, or lifestyle, where you feel like you're doing the exact same things all the time. And one of the things that kind of comes out of that, what's the result of that, is that usually most of us doesn't feel like that they are progressing at the rate and in comparison to their colleagues, to their peers, or to people on straight up Instagram, or at this point, TikTok. And the reality of all that is that while those feelings are very much real, and probably in most cases, they are appropriately placed. One, I want to highlight comparison is the thief of joy. So you want to make sure you're not comparing yourself constantly, especially to in a space like Instagram or social media or TikTok, where the aperture is so small and people are curating what and how they want to be seen. So that's one. Two, whenever you feel like you are not moving fast enough, you need to ask yourself, are you being productive or are you being busy? And if you're just being busy, meaning you're just filling your calendar for things, then absolutely you're not making any progress. If you are being productive and you feel like, I'm just not doing enough, then it's time to scale back and look at what you're doing. If you are a business owner, if you are a professional, if you are a student, instead of creating the newness for the sake of newness, and what I mean by that is in all of this mix of, I need to be doing more, I want this, I'm not moving fast enough, I'm not progressing. In all of this, look at your brand, look at your product, look at your mission, look at your ethics, look at your morals, look at your reputation. What do you represent? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And who do people see you as? Are all of those three things similar? And if they are, or if they're not, one, go back to the drawing board. Those questions are asked constantly and should be asked of self constantly. But if they're not, this may be a time to just refresh. This is not a time to create a new product. This is not a time to change your trajectory of your career. This is not a time to start looking for a job. This is the time to get down into the nitty-gritty. Ask yourself those questions. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And who do people see you as? You may have evolved since the last time you've had this internal conversation, which is great. Now, as you are in this space of feeling annoyed, frustrated, lonely, upset, feeling unproductive, feeling like you're doing the same things all the time, do not, beware, do not, friends, I did clap at you, okay? Beware, do not start to invent something new right away. Do not change your tagline. Do not change your mission. Do not change your business name. Do not change what you stand for. Do not change your job. It's kind of like when they talk about Mercury in retrograde and they say, don't sign any new contracts. Don't make any of these life-changing things. This is your Mercury in retrograde opportunity. Do not try because you feel unsettled, you're uncomfortable, you're lost, you're confused. Do not just go out there and start to force something. That is newness for the sake of newness, trying to invent a new product, trying to do something new in terms of changing essentially who you are, changing your foundation, your founding principles, changing those things. The problem isn't your foundation. It isn't your product. It isn't your business. If you feel like you're not selling enough, it isn't the structure of which you have in place. Maybe it's your strategy. Maybe it's time to look at your strategy. One of the things, if those of you that have small businesses, entrepreneurs out there, and you have a tangible product, newness for the sake of newness is inviting an additional product to your hero product. Instead of doing that, instead of trying to create something new, maybe you do a capsule collection of your hero product. Maybe you add sparkles to it. Maybe you do a different colorway for a certain season. For Women's History Month, you're gonna do a collection of your product that's a limited edition, but it's of your hero product. So it's reinventing what you already have. If you feel lost and confused at your career, look at what you wanna do with your life, what you are doing, connect those things. Again, who you are, who do you wanna be, and who do people see you as can be applied to your product, to your production, to your personal life, to your brand as a mission as a whole. So newness for the sake of newness, I say stop, beware, do not do that. Stay still for a second, Open your eyes, be comfortable for a second at knowing that you made it this far. You're doing good. It is time to rethink the strategy, not the structure. Maybe a capsule collection, maybe a campaign for a month, maybe a social giveaway, maybe taking a different approach to a class that you have on your schedule at school that doesn't sit well with you. Maybe you do it in the beginning of the week and get the homework done first so it's not lingering and haunting you. You don't have to change your hero product. Stand with your hero product and maybe make a capsule collection, a different approach. A short amount of time where you change the packaging in terms of, again, making some novelty with what you are, and who you want to be. So I just wanted to tap in. That is all wrapped up in discipline. Being disciplined when you are weary, when you are confused, when you are lost, is truly exercising that fortitude and discipline. It's exercising discipline. All right, that is my time. Basics of Bossing Up. If you have anything to share, newness for the sake of newness, please comment section below. Always a pleasure to engage with our community. I love y'all. Let's get back to the basics.